Alright, this is going to be my first attempt at making a video. I am not a camera person, nor have I ever done this before, so we are going to attempt to cook a whole chicken in our Dutch oven over the open fire. I really truly enjoy cooking over an open fire. We camp most weekends, but this weekend we are home, and so I am using the home fire pit. And we do have a little one. As you see, our fire pit is sand, which doubles as his sandbox. So my husband has started the fire, and we already have a decent amount of coals going for the baking in the Dutch oven. And I also, if you see there is a steak here, I am going to start with a grate over the fire to brown the breast side of the chicken before we get started. This is what we're starting with, our ingredients. There's no real recipe. A lot of this just comes down to your personal taste. We have kosher salt and pepper and a little bit of a dry rub to add a little bit of seasoning. I don't intend to use a lot of that, as I don't want my vegetables to have that spicy rub kind of taste. We have onions and potatoes, and I have an awful lot of carrots because that's what my family enjoys. And then I have the whole chicken here, and yes, that is the livers on top. I'm going to fry them when I do the breast side of the chicken. So that's where we're starting. In our Dutch oven, I use tongs and a wooden spoon. Of course, using the Dutch oven over the open fire, you want to make sure you are not using anything plastic. So we have metal tongs and a wooden spoon here. Alright, so you'll see I've melted about 4 tablespoons of butter in the cast iron here sitting on the grate. Don't know how well you'll be able to see, but I have tried to make sure I have a decent amount of fire under the cast iron right now, as we want enough heat coming in to brown the breast in the cast iron right now, and we're kind of using it more like a skillet instead of a Dutch oven. So as you can see here now, we have added the chicken, and you can hear there is a sizzle going on. This should take about 5 minutes as it's cooking here. Said there is, like I said, a good fire underneath the cast iron right now because we want this to brown on this one side. Alright, so I've removed the chicken and now I'm frying the liver. Like I said, personal preference here. We use the livers at our house, so I'm not going to waste it. So you can see the sizzle here going on. And like I said, basically your Dutch oven is just a skillet right now. Alright, so I'm going to remove the livers and the gizzards here. Kind of rearrange things here, and I've put the cast iron skillet still on the grate, but where there's a little less fire underneath. So I'm going to add the carrots, and I'll put those on the bottom as they're going to take more time to cook. That'll also give a little bit of a platform for the chicken. On top now of the carrots. And then around the edges, I'm going to add my potatoes and onions. Oops, lost the potato. Now for the spices, as I said, I just have a little kosher salt with some pepper already added in. Here. And then just a little bit of a rub seasoning. This is actually an apple rub. I'm just going to kind of pat this on top a little bit just to add a little more seasoning. I don't want a lot because of the carrots and the potatoes. I think that'll change the flavor too much. So I'm going to add the lid. So I'm going to load this up with coals on top. Try my best to get them pretty evenly distributed. These bigger holes. All right, I think we're fairly evenly distributed here. A little more in one spot. Now I'm going to let that go probably for 15 or 20 minutes before I check it, and then check and see if we need to do anything about the coals. Like I said, this is up on the grate. If I did not have a grate where I can kind of control the heat underneath it, I would put a few coals underneath. This Dutch oven does have feet on the bottom of it, which helps. I've found I can easily burn things without those feet if I'm putting much heat on the bottom. So I try to watch that. So we'll check back in about 15 to 20 minutes. All right. Here. This is not my favorite tool, but check here. Lots of heat. We do have a hot spot, it looks like there, but I'll try to control that a little bit with the coals. So it looks like everything's cooking pretty good. I'm sure we probably have at least another hour here. So I'm going to put the lid back on and check the heat here with the coals. Definitely lost some heat, so I'm going to switch those out. If you can see with the fire, I have made sure that I not only have big wood going for heat, but the smaller pieces to help make sure I have a continuous supply of coals when I need them. Alright, it's been about 45 minutes. Gonna look here. Oh man, looks really good. So we can see got a lot of juices going, potatoes are cooking, chicken looks awesome. I'm gonna put the lid back on. We're gonna give this about 15-20 minutes, and then we're gonna check the internal temperature. Then we're gonna check the temperature of the chicken with a digital thermometer, but just right now I'm going to check the coals, and I'm not getting enough heat here. I want about a 4 to 6 second and then an ouch to keep the temperature between about 350 and 400. And right now, like I said, I need to put some new coals on. Same thing, checking the bottom here around the pot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's probably good because I don't want too much heat coming from the bottom. Alright, let's see here. We're going to check the temperature on this. Alright, I want to get down to the breast here. And we're at 176. And we need to be over 165. So we are ready to take it off. So that's our chicken. And we have dinner. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.